Can y'all hear us?
She said yes. All right, good.
All right, good.
Oh gosh, we done said so much.
I know, right?
Nobody said anything. Thank you, Sonia, for letting us know you couldn't hear.
The other people ain't said nothing. We need to ask somebody that was in there earlier, could they hear?
I don't know if they're still in there. Okay.
All right, nevertheless, we're going to keep pushing. So, as I was stating, with the emailer, it may not necessarily be anything that's wrong with you. It could be that somebody sees the fact that there's something in you that they can benefit from.
Right.
So they make the decision to connect or try to connect with you or pursue you. So at that point, I mean, you have to do the work in terms of evaluating them. Is this somebody that I really want to connect with? Is this somebody that I really want to deal with? And if so, at what level? A lot of times people, whenever they're in relationships, they just do away with the boundaries.
Right.
And just because you're dating somebody or you're pursuing somebody doesn't necessarily mean you have to do away with the boundaries. If you don't have boundaries, you're going to find yourself in a world of trouble.
Absolutely.
You're going to find yourself in a world of trouble. So, I mean, you have to make sure that you're in a good space personally, but also examine those people who are attracted. If you are a person that you know you're a great catch, but you keep attracting all these different people, you need to slow your roll, slow the process, and start evaluating these people that keep coming to you. That way you can say, okay, this one is a match. That one's not a match. That one is a match. That's not a match.
Right.
And keep those boundaries, in place so that you can make wise assessments of people.
And never disregard red flags. They're there for a reason. If you see something I understand love blinds us sometimes, but you have to slow your roll, take a step back, and take in consideration those red flags, because it could be something down the road that you realize that, I would never tolerate this, and now I'm here I am dealing with something I would never tolerate.
Right. And I don't know if it was Iyanla or if it was Maya Angelou. I know it wasn't Tyler Perry that coined this. But somebody said that when somebody shows you or tells you who they are, believe them. A lot of times when we are in relationships and we are so in love and so needy and so caught up and so giddy that whenever people come out of their own mouth and tell us, or either they show us through their actions, through their behaviors, who they really are, we just dismiss it. And we feel like, well, maybe we can change them. Oh, maybe I can help them. Oh, maybe, by me connecting with them or whatever the case may be, that'll change. I'll show them goodness and kindness and love and blah, 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 blah. And that's going to change. No, you better wait a little bit. It's not to say that you can't be kind or loving and show them another side, but you gotta give love time.
Right. And people only gonna change on their own time frame, not because you want them to. So you have to let them, if they want to change.
Right, if they want to change. And a lot of times we feel like we can make people change. Well, you can't make nobody change.
Not at all.
You can't make nobody change if they don't want to change. Because what will happen in relationships is you will become exhausted. You'll become depleted. Because relationships are designed to be reciprocal, meaning that you give, and in you giving, you receive, and in you receiving, you have something to give, and in you having something to give, you open yourself up to receiving. So, I mean, if you are in a cycle in a relationship where you are giving, you're not being poured into, you're not receiving. So, I mean, you have to be careful with that. And you don't want to have to step outside the boundaries of your relationship in order to get or to receive the things that you need.
And two, the reason why she may be attracting is because she has it. She's corporate. And so when she meets someone, she is the one giving. So they're like, I ain't got to do nothing because she's already the one doing it.
Right. That could be true. So
you have to even be careful with that, with giving in that regards. Off gates, you already making sure he has a place to live because you got him living in your house. You letting him drive your car. You already doing everything. So, yeah.
And I mean, you can't, there's nothing wrong with being a strong person, but you can't present yourself as too strong.
Right.
Because for some people, that's intimidating. For some people, that equates to them and registers in their mind that you don't have need of them. And some people, one of two things will happen. Either some people will be a moocher and just let you do everything. Mm-hmm. And then some people, they have what you need, but you show a side of them and behavior where you don't need them, and they'll let you flop.
Yep.
They'll just let you have it and let you carry it until you can't carry it no more, just to show you and prove to you that you need them.
Right.
So, yeah.
Sonny said sometimes loneliness allows you to attract the wrong type of people.
That's true too. Sometimes being lonely or being too needy can attract the wrong person because, again, they see that you are needy. They see that you are lonely. And so they'll say, okay, I see in you or see it in this opportunity something that could be to my advantage. So I'm going to play that role to get what I want and not necessarily be all that you need. That could be some of what you need or present something that you need, but not necessarily all that you need in wholeness.
Something you said years ago about being hollow makes a sound.
Yeah, hollow people make a sound, and people know when you are hollow inside, you exude a certain sound, and people respond to that.
In other words, when you have a void, that's what you're attracting. Whatever that void is, that's who's coming towards you. And
you have to be careful that even with these voids and these deficits and these needs and these wants and these desires in your life, you have to be specific. Mm-hmm. You have to be specific in what it is that you want so that you just don't feel it with anything or with anybody.
Right.
Sometimes you settle for a warm booty in your bed just because you lonely. Just because you tired of being by yourself. And you settle for somebody, anybody.
Right.
And then you are frustrated because you settled. Mm-hmm. And all it takes is a certain level of discipline not to fall into those kinds of traps.
Right.
I'm not saying don't date, don't be with somebody. I'm not saying none of that. Because I know some of y'all think, well, y'all been married for all these years.
What do y'all know?
That ain't got nothing to do with nothing. So, I mean, you just have to be mindful.
Yep.
And don't be so caught up that you dismiss discipline. Mm-hmm. So, yeah. But, yeah, I definitely agree, Sonia, that sometimes loneliness will allow you to attract the wrong type of person.
Yes,
and then you can't get rid of them.
And can't.
The Mr. Right or Mr. Right or Mrs. Right comes along and you stuck like Chuck because you settled. Because the person you settled with, they happy.
Right.
They ain't going nowhere.
Right.
I done found the pot of gold at the end of the rainbow, and they ain't going nowhere.
Not at all.
You not happy? Oh, I'm happy. Okay, well, I'm sorry you feel the way. I'm gonna roll on, go to sleep because I'm happy. They just go about their life because they're happy, they're satisfied, they're fulfilled. So, have to,
I was gonna say, you still empty.
Yeah, still empty, still dissatisfied, still tinkling. In other words, making noise. So, yeah. Y'all got any questions? So what advice would y'all give to a person who keeps attracting the wrong person? Because I want to hear from y'all too. And have you ever attracted the wrong person? Are you currently, well, you might not be able to tell that because they might. Are you currently with the wrong person? Are you the wrong person? So,
Sonya said, I think I need to be whole first. I just can't find it in me to settle.
And that, you know what, Sonya, you that's half the battle right there. So many people do not have that mentality. They just have to be with somebody. They just have to be with somebody, or they feel like that the only way to be whole is to be with somebody else. And that's not necessarily true. The best gift you can give to yourself and to somebody else is you being healed and you being whole. And what we have to understand is that me being healed, me being whole, me being complete sometimes means that it has to be absent of somebody else.
You're right.
It might be that my process of healing and wholeness does not include anybody at this time. And then you have to be okay with that. What, my Lord? So
if you know they're wrong, then don't accept it.
Exactly. If you know somebody is wrong, do not accept it. And my Lord, that's one of the ways that people get stuck, like Chuck, is that whenever people present certain behaviors in the beginning and those red flags go up, you gotta pay attention.
Got to.
Don't be so needy that you dismiss the lack of discipline in people's lives.
But sometimes, even with I'm in corporate, I think I'm pretty good. Sometimes there is something in us that is just not right, that is making that sound and causing us to continue to be in a relationship or accept that because I feel like if I don't accept this or stay with this person, then there's not going to be somebody else for me. So I stay. That's why they settle. Because they don't feel like they are going to be able to find or be in a relationship with anybody else.
Right. Well, that part need to be here because that's no self-worth, no self-value.
Exactly.
So whatever that is has to be fixed within them. Because it doesn't matter how many people are surrounding them, how many people affirm them, how many people tell them that they're great, that they're wonderful, that they're beautiful, that they're cute, that they're handsome, that they're awesome, blase, the list goes on. And if you never believe that for yourself,
never. You'll keep settling.
You'll keep settling. And you won't believe it.
And you keep attracting the wrong person because you're giving the wrong sound.
Yeah.
We said we can and will attract wrong, but it's my choice whether to accept it or not.
Absolutely.
She said, I refuse to be stuck. See the flags and acknowledge it. And she said, if it is us, we need to evaluate us.
Right.
Heal, then move on.
Exactly. Because what happens is there are a lot of great people out there. Mm-hmm. It's just that sometimes you meet people in certain parts of their process or certain parts of the cycle, And maybe the part of the cycle that you see is the process of them getting to be a better person, or on their way to wholeness, or on their way to healing, not necessarily the completed destination. And we fall in love with the person that they are during that particular point of their process. So, I mean, you got to watch that too. And I'm not saying that it's anything wrong with finding a person during a particular part of their process, but I'm just saying we have to make sure that if you're going to be with somebody, take time to allow them to get through their process. What's going on, Denzo? Take time to find out who they are during their process.
Yes, is that not toxic though?
What?
It's toxic to keep accepting what's wrong for you, because then you get in a cycle of settling.
Exactly. I mean, you get caught up in a cycle of settling because you don't allow other people, or you fall in love with a person that's only completed part of a process. And a lot of times what happens, my Lord, is we find people, we get attracted to people at a certain part of their process, and we feel like, you know what, this is the perfect person for me, so I'm going to expedite their process. I'm going to carry them through their process. I'm going to carry them to their place of healing. I'm going to carry them to their place of completeness. And we step in and become the savior of them, or whatever. You know what I'm saying? And we flop.
We call ourselves being God.
Yeah.
And trying to do God's work.
Yeah. Uh-oh. Ooh.
Okay.
But yeah, so I mean, we gotta learn to like people from a distance and allow them to be and to become whole and complete, absent of our hands in the process. You know what I'm saying? Because sometimes we can frustrate another person's process. Mm-hmm. We can disrupt our own process by jumping on in there like save a hoe or save a saint or save a sinner or save a hoe. I said that one already. Oh, okay.
I like that one.
Oh, yeah. So yeah, we gotta be careful. Gotta be careful of jumping in deep waters if you don't know how to tread and swim.
Right.
If you don't have the equipment to handle. Now, in some cases, I do believe that we have the power of love. Love does conquer.
And cover.
And cover.
However. And
complete. But how at what point do you say that enough is enough with being with Mr. Wrong or Mrs. Wrong? At what point do you say this is enough? I've had enough. I want y'all to help us answer this. At what point do you say that being with Mr. Wrong or Mrs. Wrong is enough? I deserve better. I deserve more. You know, at what point? At what point? That's what I want to know. She said Build-A-Bear.
Yeah, when we were saying save a hoe.
Oh.
That's what I was over laughing.
Yeah, but that's the way people view it, my Lord. Build-A-Bear relationships. They just put all the stuff in and all the pieces and all parts they want.
I had another question too to go along with your questions. So how long would you say is too long to learn someone? It goes along with how long will you tolerate or settle or continue in?
She says, so how long would you say is too long to learn someone? That's a good question, Sonia. it's going to take more than 3 to 6 months to learn somebody. Because usually when you are in a relationship with somebody, you're pursuing somebody or somebody's pursuing you, or either y'all are engaged in a new relationship. Most of the time, let's go ahead and be honest, y'all. Let's go ahead and be honest. We try to present our best self. Y'all women, make sure y'all get y'all hair done. You keep your hair done. You keep your edges laid down. You put your lashes on. You keep them lips glossed or that makeup, your face beat, as they say. You put on your best Victoria's Secret panties, your best smell good. You know, he gonna come over. You keep your house tidy and clean and everything. You keep the toothpaste off the mirror. You keep your dishes washed. We always present our best self. And then start to become a little bit more comfortable, You stop wearing your good wigs and you wear your old wigs again and all kinds of stuff. But it takes time to learn people because we are forever changing.
Yeah.
We are forever growing. We are forever developing. Some of us are forever regressing. It just depends. So that is a good question as to how long is too. I think we determine.
Yeah.
I think we determine. You have to use your discernment. You got to use prayer, I believe. You got to talk to people. You got to watch actions. A lot of times we dismiss the red flags. And people show us who they are all the time. Listen at how people talk.
Mm-hmm.
Don't be so moved by what people do sometimes. Listen at what they say. Then at other times, don't listen at what they say. Look at what they do. That'll tell you, you know what? This is a pickle food, man. I'm done. I'm not taking. You determine.
People are so much like rats. I mean, if you watch a rat, they do. How did you say it?
I say rats have a cycle. If you ever watch the cartoon, you watch that cartoon rat try to get. Matter of fact, Tom and Jerry. You watch that rat go back to that hole where it's a safe place. He's got a pattern that he goes. Or if you ever had a rat or a mouse in your house, for real, that rat or that mice has a pattern or a escape route or a way that they go to get away from you. Every time. They already know. You be thinking, well, I'm going to get them this way. Nah, they're going to scatter around to get away from you. And that's exactly what's going on for a lot of people who are in bad relationships or hooked up with the wrong people, is because every time you start to pick up on or to discern their pattern, they go another way. Mm-hmm. And you think, oh, they done changed now. Mm-hmm. Oh, my bookie they done. No, they did and said what they said just to get you off their back or to get what they want from you. So, yeah, I don't know how long is too long. I think that's TBD, to be determined by you. Mm-hmm. So,
because she said I went 10 years and ended the relationship.
Whew. Why did it go so long? Why did it go so long, Sonia? 10 years, that's a long time to commit to somebody that's wrong. Because there was something that was presented to you that probably caused your mind to change to stay one more year or one more month, and one more month turned into 6. And 6 months turned into 12, and 12 turned into 5 years. And here I am at the 5-year mark. And you're probably questioning, should I stay? Should I go? They have made some progress, but still got a ways to go. So that's a very controversial position to be in.
But at least you did come to terms knowing that you couldn't stay. I mean,
yeah, at least at 10 years, you said, you know what, I can't stay in this. And you made a decision to go ahead and leave or get out. Now, what I'm saying is, and maybe I should retract what I said. Well, I said 10 years is a long time, but for you, it might The 10 years may have been what you needed.
Yeah.
Not necessarily for them, but for you.
Mm-hmm.
So it could have happened at 5 years, could have happened at 3 years, could have happened at 2. Your particular situation just turned out to be at 10. So are you wrong? No, I can't say that you are. Everybody has a different process and a different route. So
in a different time frame.
Different time frame. Because although we've been married, be 25 years in April. See how wrong I am? 25 years in April. There were times, y'all, listen. Woo. Y'all don't know our whole story. Just because we smile and laugh and we cut up on Moss Mill Live, there's been times when we've been separated. I'm talking about separated. Living in different households, separated. Have my own apartment, separated. Dealing with other people, sleeping with other people. Separated. Engaging with other people, separated. Yeah. Yeah, the Mosses. The Mosses. The ones that y'all get all this inspiration from. We have had our time too. Where we said to hell with it. I'm done with you. I don't want to be with you no more. I'm going on somewhere else and go another way.
He's got to be Mr. Wrong.
Huh?
I said.
Yeah, we've said it about each other. She ain't the one for me. This is not. We on two separate. Matter of fact, we ain't on two separate pages of mute. We in two different books.
Right.
And she not the one. What I'm purposely doing in my life, the Lord will send me somebody else because it ain't her. And it was across several different levels. I mean, we won't go into detail, but not this time, but it was different things. No, we're not compatible on this. We're not compatible on that. We're not compatible on that. We're not compatible on that. What are we here for? So, 10 years is not too long, Sonya, because in the midst of that 10 years, things could have changed and fallen into place for you all and it being what it was. You know what I'm saying? Darius says something.
Females always seem to go back to what they used to. Guys do too.
Yeah, bro, guys do it too. Men, believe it or not, men go back to what they used to. You know what? Point in case in point. There was one time that I think this was the first major separation that we had. And she went stay with her mama. I stayed in our house. Eventually moved out of the house. Moved into a whole nother city with this chick. And her child, two of her children pissed in the bed. Just pissed. Urinated in the bed. Just pissed in the bed. It was a whole bunch of stuff going on, y'all, that I was like, I didn't even deal with this with my own children. It was stuff about this girl. Did I really have it that bad with my wife? So what I did, I went back to what I was familiar with. I went back to my wife. Could have easily left the chick that I was with and went to with another chick. But so guys and girls, we go back to what is familiar. So, and a lot of times guys don't talk about it, Denzo. Guys don't talk about, going back to the same type of female. But we do. We do. We might fix it up and pretty up, and we might not tell that part of the story to our boys, but a lot of times we do go back to the same type of female.
Just like a lot of times these guys, they'll leave one woman and they get another woman that looks so much like the woman that they left. I'm like, what? That look like your ex.
Yeah. Because, case in point, Denzo, a lot of times guys, if they used to a chick taking care of them, they'll leave one chick, they'll go to another chick that'll take care of them, that'll buy them Jordans, buy them shoes, cook for them, clean for them, let them drive their car, drive all the gas out, all of this kind of stuff. They won't leave that chick that does everything for them for a chick that's going to challenge them and make them do their own stuff. Go get you a job. Put gas in the car yourself. Cook us a meal sometime. You pay for the bill sometimes. Sometimes, guys be like, I ain't going with no woman that's going to challenge me like that.
Right.
So.
It's too much for me when I realize he does not have the capacity to be supportive, emotional, or spiritual.
Yeah, that's a lot, Malloy. When you find out that somebody does not have the capacity, that's a good way of putting it. Woo, that's heavy. They don't have the capacity to, how she said? Support you spiritually, or be supportive emotionally and spiritually, etc. Yeah, that's a deal breaker for me. I'm gonna tell y'all a little quick story. One time that I was dealing with this female, another time of separation, and you know, Lord, I'm gonna tell my business. Sexually, the chick, I can't put 2 thumbs up, but she was A1 sexually. You know, it's very nice and put together and everything. Looks, physically, she was okay. Had a nice little shape, little frame, whatever, natural hair. Yeah, that's nice, great. But one time we went out to eat, and I asked her to say the grace over the food, and she broke out with that preschool prayer, like the God is great, God is good prayer. I said, this is it. I'm done with this. Now, for some of y'all, that might be petty, but for me, being a prayerful and spiritual person is very important. Even though I was in what I was in at the moment, I was like, if I ever get sick, she won't be able to pray for me. If I ever get into a spiritual conflict, she won't be able to go to war with me. So, I can't do it. At that point, I knew that this is not the one for me. The sex is good. But outside of, you got to have something outside of sex, y'all.
Yeah.
You just do. Sex is great. Sex is wonderful. Sex is good. Good sex is good.
Right.
But baby, there are times when good sex ain't going to do it.
Right.
Good sex ain't going to pay no bills, not unless you selling it. I'm telling you right. Good sex ain't good if your lights is cut off.
It is not. With some candles, I guess.
And you know, because when the candles go out, your power's still gonna be cut off.
Yeah, you're right.
So good sex is good now. I love some good sex now. I love it. Yes, but it ain't everything.
No.
So yeah.
What's that? Honey, I find within 6 to 8 months you will see if he is who he say he is.
Okay. 6 to 8 months.
So character integrity is important to me.
And you can't fake that.
No.
You can't fake character and integrity. Those, I seen a thing, and I might have posted it somewhere, but you can't teach a person loyalty.
No.
When a person is loyal, they're just loyal.
Mm-hmm.
When a person is real, they're just real. Being fake is the thing that you got to practice and keep up and make sure your mask ain't slipping and sliding.
Right. Kenny said, took the words out of my mouth.
Watch what they do. Exactly, because you got to watch what people do.
I'm telling you, they're telling themselves.
They're telling themselves.
Every time.
They certainly will. Proverbs talks about a fool. Talks a lot about fools. And a fool will tell on himself every time. If you let people talk long enough, they'll tell you who they are. But also, you got to watch those actions, because a fool will do foolish stuff.
Yes.
I see it all the time.
And see, that has always been my thing. I always sat back. I didn't say a whole lot. I would always watch people and listen to what they were saying. Everybody will always want to know why she don't interact and she doesn't say it. I'm watching you, and I'm trying to find out how I can communicate with you, or if even communicating with you is even worth my time. Because by watching what you say and what you don't say, and you'll learn a lot from people.
Right.
So you say it took 5 to find out the whole truth, and the other 5 to give it the benefit of a doubt, and then a decision was made. I was no more tense though.
Right. Well, I mean, I can understand that. However, I would probably like to say that within that 10-year mark, the whole truth probably was there. You might have just not seen it. Mm. There probably were clues, blues clues that would have led you directly to the truth. But again, sometimes being in love, I don't care how much truth we see in situations, us being in love or loving somebody causes us to dismiss things, y'all. Or cover it up. Yeah. And say, no, it's not that, it's this. Or no, it's not this, it's that. So
I don't go backwards. I just move on and wind up getting the same type. Dang, LOL. So that's why I'm staying solo till I'm whole.
That's good. That's a good position. And you know what? Don't be forced to be with somebody. Don't feel like you just have to be. Date several people. Keep your options open. Who say you can't date 10 people? One for dinner, one for dancing, one for doing it. It ain't none of my business. One for coffee, one for tea, and one for maybe me. This your business. You grown. Do what you got to do. But it doesn't necessarily mean that you have to settle down with any of them people at that particular time. And see, in our society, in our black society, we feel like if you date different people, then you's a hoe. It don't mean you sleeping with 10 different people.
Right.
That does not mean it.
Dating does not mean sleeping.
It's just like you try 5 different colas before you decide which cola you like. It don't necessarily mean just because everybody knows Coca-Cola that you got to stick with Coca-Cola or that you got to stick with Pepsi.
Right.
You have options.
And Darius, of course, disagree. Okay. You're right about that. Big facts. Yeah.
Yes, Sonya, that's all the prayer she had. Now, she had some good puss, but she didn't have no whole lot of prayer.
You are ignorant.
Well, I'm just telling the truth. She had some good puss, but she didn't have no whole lot of prayer.
Oh, God.
And prayer to me was more important. Honestly, it really is. Now, that's not to say that I'm going to settle for no bad or no mediocre puss. I don't want that to be known, too. Excuse me.
Oh, my gosh. I cannot with you. You just be telling your business.
I don't care. I'm going to tell it before anybody else tell it. Maybe I can help. If I can help somebody along the way, then my living will not be in vain.
It will not. What is at that part? Go to war for me, protect me emotionally. Sex is not everything. She said, I need more than good sex.
Yeah. I need more than good sex, but I do need good sex. I'm just going to tell you what I'm just going to tell you about me.
Oh, gosh.
I want you to pray, but then give me the pussy. And give it to me good. Yeah.
That's, you get 25 years.
Yeah.
So you said, Beta, I need somebody that's spiritual, not just too holy.
Right. You can find somebody that's spiritual and they ain't all deep and wonderful. You can find them. See, that's what my problem was. I was so deep and wonderful, but inwardly, I was a roaring lion and I wanted to do and experience a whole bunch of other stuff. So I just learned balance. At age 35, a window opened up in me. And I still love Jesus and all that, but here I am 10 years later. And I love the me that I have become. Yeah. All right, y'all. It's about 10 o'clock.
What you wowing about? That your nut cousin talking about he like good puss.
Maybe he was wowing because she couldn't pray. Because if the truth be told, everybody want good sex.
But everybody won't just say that.
No, everybody won't say that they want good sex. And that's why you're not getting good sex. Because you ain't saying and declaring and decreeing what it is you want and how you want it. Don't be afraid to talk about it. When you go to a restaurant and you order steak or you order salmon or something like, don't they ask you, how do you want it cooked?
Okay. You're right. All right. You better speak the word, sir.
I ain't speaking no word. I'm just speaking truth. They ask you how you want your steak cooked.
Yes.
Cooked to order.
Yes.
Okay.
Say that.
The reason, y'all, is just like you put in an order at the drive-thru and you trust them people that they gonna put what you ordered in the bag, and you pull off and you get home hungry, wanting, ready to eat, and you wanted a Big Mac, and they gave you a fillet of fish.
And your mouth was ready
for the Big Mac. Yeah. You better take time to tell people what it is you want and make sure that they read your order back to you. You better make sure that people read their order back to you.
They saying it's on her list, great sex.
Yeah, she says she's older but not old. Amen.
That part.
So, yeah.
And by now we should know what it is.
Yeah.
Surely by now.
Well, some people still ain't experiencing it.
At this age?
I believe some people is not.
After you done been doing it all these years?
Yes. Yeah, some people ain't had no good sex. Just like some women ain't never had an orgasm.
Oh, that's true. I don't mind. Sucks to be them.
Yep.
Oh, God.
Yeah. But y'all make sure y'all share this with somebody.
Well, he said read my order back twice. Yes, read it back twice. Make sure you got it right.
Oh, God. Because I might want to add something extra in there.
Right. Slangy said, so do y'all think women should seek men or wait for men to seek them?
Listen, y'all better stop believing these cliches that people put out there. I know they say the scriptures say that he that findeth a wife. It didn't say nothing about he that findeth a date. The Bible did not say he that findeth a date.
He didn't say that.
So if you feel like you want to date somebody or go out, approach them.
I had this lady come to me and ask me about approaching a gentleman. I was like, yeah, that's fine. I don't see a problem with it. I mean, you want to go out with them? It's just a date. Why not?
And see, that's the other thing. It's so taboo that, oh, you should wait for a man. Maybe if you going to wait for a man, you might be waiting till Jesus come.
Right. Jesus will be the man that you...
Jesus will be the man that you've been waiting on. And then it's too late then. You better let these men know. It's nothing wrong. And it's nothing wrong with letting somebody know of your level of interest.
Exactly.
We are in 2020. We are living in a different day and a different time. And it's not to say that you don't respect yourself or anything like that if you show interest in another person.
Right.
Yeah.
Now, just to be seeking, no. But if you find somebody or come across somebody that you would like to go out on, I don't see any problem.
Yeah.
Find out if they're single. If they're single, you single. Go have some coffee.
So I ain't said what, Brad, I can't do it.
I just can't do that. I never done it. Oh, it's the first time for everything.
Yeah. I mean, I don't see anything wrong with you letting somebody know that you're interested in them. Never know. They might be interested in you.
And don't know how to approach.
And they don't know how to approach you.
The Lord said lots of men will not approach you. It is nothing wrong with letting a man know you are available and interested.
Yeah, because he might not know your status.
Right. He
might be out there with your your Wonder Woman cape and red leather boots on, like, you just
got it together and you don't need that.
And you don't need no man.
Right.
So.
And that a lot of times keep men from approaching women because, especially us as because we have that aura about ourselves that we don't need.
You can't even say hey to some of y'all sisters. You can't say good morning. We got one sister that works in the office where I work. And she come out on the floor. She won't even look you in the eye. She won't even say hey. Now let them other folks say hey to her. She breaking her back and showing all her teeth. And some days I be wanting to let her know, sister, I ain't wanting you. But if I did, I'd let you know. Ain't nothing wrong. It don't cost you nothing to be nice to somebody.
She said some men take that as too loose. Well, then
that's terrible, because then they're judging you because they don't even know you. But we've been taught that. We've been taught some foolish effery. And this is 2020, so I'm trying not to cuss. But we've been taught some foolish. Read my lips. It don't make no sense. And we uphold that more than we do the Bible.
True.
And that's why a lot of us are being in bondage, and we miss out on so much in life because we uphold a bunch of cliches and superstitions that really don't hold no weight. No. I'm not being held captive to a bunch of fairy tales.
Boy says women, they might not be able to read our vibe. You must be talking about church men.
Must be.
I don't know how they think that as hoish as they are.
Right.
But that's none of my business.
Because me personally, if a woman was interested in me, I would have no problem. I wouldn't even think about her being loose sexually if she approached me to go out on a date. I would be flattered. Even if she gave me the puss on the first date, I wouldn't think she was loose. Loose.
You wouldn't think she was loose on the first date?
No.
Now, if it was me, I would.
No. I just probably would. I'd probably get it a few more times. She might not be somebody that I would consider. It would just depend on the vibe, but no judgment here.
Yeah, easy.
Well, she could have been. She could have been horny, and I could have been horny. Hey,
easy like Sunday morning.
Cause hell, hell, you hold out on me, and because I'm thinking, you hold out, and you folk think, they got the good, cause they holding out, and it'd be garbage, trash. Let me know.
Let me be the judge of it.
Yeah. Let me sample your banana pudding and see if it's worthy of competition.
Not with you.
As if your bananas might be brown.
Okay.
If you wait.
You said more type of garbage. Lord, y'all are nuts.
Yeah, your banana pudding, your bananas might be brown, and I need to make sure you got fresh bananas.
And your cookie might be soggy.
And I don't want no soggy cookie. I need them crisp vanilla wafers. And I don't need your pudding lumpy. I need your pudding smooth.
Why would you have lumpy pudding?
Because you don't stir it right.
That's what happened?
You ain't put enough milk in it.
Okay. Y'all see what I have to put up with. Well, that nap helped us today, didn't it?
So, yeah, but I'm getting ready to go right on back.
I can't stand rotten bananas.
Me neither. Them brown bananas, they got a funny taste to them.
And they too mushy. They too soft.
Yeah. So if it ain't fresh banana pudding, I don't want it. I don't care how much cream and crumbled up cookies you got on top.
Foolishness. Exactly. Foolishness. All day. All right, guys.
All right, y'all. It's 10 o'clock. We done gave y'all an hour.
Hour and something.
Yeah. We owed it to them because we ain't been diligent.
Yeah.
In We got to be diligent. This past week, y'all, I've been under the weather. And I just did not feel like getting on here talking stuffy headed, nose running and dripping and wiping every 2 minutes and stuff.
Because whenever we did it the other week, he was sick. He was already coming down. So it's been ongoing for probably about 2.5 weeks now.
Yeah, so I'm coming to the end of it. Hey, Maggie. What's that word she taught me? Bobo-dan. Never forgot. I think it means kiss my ass in Creole.
Maggie.
She taught me to cuss in Creole, I think. Haitian. Well, they speak Creole.
I don't know. Do they? I think they're French. Yeah.
They speak French, but it wasn't French. It was Creole.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. But French.
Is there? Yeah.
Is a mix of languages. Yeah.
Yeah. Thank you for that. Yeah, I didn't want to share no sickness, so.
Child, I had to tell him about himself. I told him I'm trying to stay healthy myself.
Whatever.
He was breathing on me. Oh God, I was like, Lord.
I ain't contagious.
No, he wasn't.
I'm not contagious. All it was a sinus infection, I guess. I found out it was infected up in there. That's neither here nor there because we ain't gonna talk about that nastiness. Yeah. So yeah, y'all make sure y'all share this. We appreciate it. Keep the conversation going in the comments. And I need everybody that has not subscribed to our YouTube, go to our YouTube, please, man, please, sir. In YouTube, in your search, type in Moss Mel Live, 3 separate words, Moss Mel Live. When it comes up, click on it. Click the subscribe button, click the notification bell, select all so that you get the notifications of when we post on YouTube. If you've never heard the story about when we got caught down by the river naked, it's only on YouTube. So you make sure you go to YouTube and check out that story, leave a comment, let us know how crazy we are. But yeah.
And 2, share our YouTube so others can.
Yeah, and share the YouTube so that your friends can subscribe. We got a goal of 100. We want to get it. We want to reach that 100 within this month of February. So, yeah.
She said, "So what's the conclusion to this, Brad?"
The conclusion
to the pudding or the or the.
See, you keep going. We is past the pudding.
Or to the letter. Conclusion to the letter?
I guess so, because we kind of answered that. My conclusion is make sure that to stop attracting Mr. Wrong or Mrs. Wrong, number one, make sure that you are healed and whole and practicing continued self-maintenance and disciplines, which include your boundaries. Don't be so quick to jump into relationships and settle down and put your tent peg down in the ground. Be more quick to hear and to listen and to see than to do. And don't ignore the red flags. Yeah, don't ignore the red flags.
Right.
And if I think of any other, I'll have her to put them in the comments. Or a post or something. So, yeah.
Maybe we can do a recap post. A recap post.
Yeah. So, yeah. So, maybe whatever suggestions y'all share, put them in the comments. We'll go through the comments and we'll do a repost, like a conclusion as to how to help and how not to fool up with Mr. Wrong or Mrs. Wrong.
There you go. All right, guys.
All right. Well, good night, guys and ladies and gentlemen. Thank y'all for spending this hour with us and for participating and making us laugh.
Yeah.
Until next time, we're going to try to come back this week with another something. Yeah. And but we'll let you know. So stay